My name is Alka Sharma Hanspal. I'm the widow of Kultar Hanspal and mother to Shayan Hanspal. I'm here to ask for intervention in a situation that I'm in, particularly about a woman being victimized by another woman who now represents women of the entire nation. I'm referring to the Nairobi Women's Representative, Esther Passaris. Briefly, Passaris has been occupying a house since 2006 that was owned by my late husband, Kultar. She took occupation of the house in 2006, around August, as a tenant who I allowed, unfortunately, to move in before a lease or any tenancy agreement was signed. She lived in the house for 1 year without any agreement because we could not agree on so many terms. Eventually, I had to ask her to leave. But instead, she went to my brother-in-law and made a tenancy agreement for 2 years, after which she was allowed to live there because they made my husband sign. At that time, my husband was under disability. He had had a stroke. So I'm not sure whether he was very aware of what was going on at that time. Nevertheless, he signed that tenancy agreement, and she lived there for 2 years. Just before the expiry of that tenancy agreement, we gave her a notice to vacate, and she refused. We wrote several letters to her. She refused to leave. Every time she had an argument. You can't do this to me, I cannot leave. And the basis of all this was that she says that I promised her that I will sell the house to her, which was not true. Nevertheless, we had to move to court, got an eviction order, but she came to know even before the day ended, because probably she was known and somebody must have told her that this eviction order has been given. She moved in very quickly to court and got an injunction. Now, she lived in that house. She continues to live in that house till today. I've been to the police, courts, wherever I could think of. I have asked so many people to assist me to solve this issue. Friends, family who knew her, to sort this out amicably. What is it that she wants? Because I was in no position to sell the house. The house was in my husband's name. So nothing came to conclusion. In the year 2014, I sold the house to one Mr. Kanyuga and his wife, who were ready to purchase the property at a fraction of the value of the property, knowing that the occupant would leave after the matter was concluded in court. They knew there was nothing serious about this matter. She was not even a tenant, and eventually she would have to leave. Since 2009, when my late husband sued her, the matter was heard for the first time in 2019, April. In April 2019, since 2009, the matter was heard for the first time. And now, after the hearing has started, there's always some excuse, because the lady is now in some position, there's always a reason for not being able to attend the court. In the last 14 years, Passaris has caused my husband, my family and myself a lot of frustration and losses, financial losses. She has been through court trying to grab the property by giving false information to the court. She has even physically, through her workers, abused and hurt me. At one time, I had to report to the police, yet no action was taken against her. She grabbed my camera. I was trying to take pictures of some construction which she was doing inside the property, which she had no authority to do. She made her workers snatch the camera from me, hurt me. I fell down, and I had to report this to the police because it's my property. She didn't allow me to enter that house. For so many years, I had no clue what was going in there. It's only that I heard the sound of tools and construction going on that I had to peep and see what was going on. So when I realized this was happening, when I went to take pictures, this is what happened. I had to leave Nairobi. I had to leave Nairobi because I felt my life was in danger. I was carjacked once and followed by random cars during even the day. I felt people were following me everywhere I went. The carjackers once managed to get me, and they took from me all the documents that I had. Which gives me one reason. Why would a carjacker be interested in documents that I'm carrying? I had 2 bags of papers. When you're in court for so many years, a lot of paper is collected. In fact, even today I live in fear because whenever I have to go for a court session to Nairobi, I don't know who's watching, or because I know she can do anything to be able to keep living in that house. It's a beautiful house. It's a huge property, 2.5 acres. The construction itself is on 1 acre. So it's quite a good property. And I think she doesn't want to leave that place. I'm calling upon the IG, the DCI, the CJ, Samaraga, DPP, or anyone who is in authority to try and get me justice, at least now. Because I also feel bad for Mr. Kanyuga, who has spent a lot of money. He is not able to access the house either. And I feel bad too. And I feel bad. The image that she is portraying is not of hers. She is not a nice person. She is not. And most of all, I don't think she should be representing women at all in this country. Thank you so much.